Right, so hello, welcome back to another vlog. You're probably thinking, Soph, where are you? I'm actually on holiday in Croatia. I'm just going to show you a quick view out the window because it's so beautiful. So this is the view out our window. Can you hear the sound of those bugs? Oh, and also, by the way, we're staying in this really nice apartment. You can probably see most of it behind me here. Excuse any of the mess. We're in an Airbnb, and I do actually have I think maybe after the end of this holiday I will share the link to this specific Airbnb place because it's so nice. We paid for it and everything, like it's not sponsored or whatever, but it's just such a nice place to stay and it's such a good location. So if any of you are looking to go to Croatia, I will share that when I'm back from holiday, which is in like 2 weeks time. We've only been here for like, well, this is our second full day, but I do have a link which I will put down below, which gets you guys, I think it gets you £25 off your first booking with Airbnb. So if you haven't signed up and you want to get some money off your first booking, I will leave the link down below, and I think you guys get 25% off and I think I get £15 for referring you. So it's kind of a win-win for both of us, but yeah, just in case you guys are interested, I'll leave that link down below. But anyway, the reason for this video is back in December, I was offered the opportunity with a brand called Noticed, and it's basically a brand that is owned sort of, I think they're pretty much owned by my management company, which is MC Saatchi. Myself and quite a few of the other girls on our management company were offered the opportunity to design some clothes for this new brand, which is basically designed by influencers. I don't really like that word, but that kind of sums it up. So we got to meet with the designers, which was really cool. I had a first meeting with them. They have a really nice factory over in Portugal, which is like a really new factory. It's really eco-friendly, it's very like ethical in the way that the workers work and everything. They use sustainable materials as much as they can. There's loads of great points to this factory, which I'll go into a bit more in a minute. I'm going to answer some questions. But yeah, basically I had a meeting with the designers to talk about what I wanted to do, and in the initial meeting with my management they said, we think that it would be great for you to do loungewear / pajamas, and I was like 100% I'm down, because that's basically what I live in. I mean, at the moment I'm currently wearing my pajamas. And so yeah, I had some stuff in mind. I knew that I wanted to do a kind of two-piece lounging around the house sort of tracksuit set with a cropped sweatshirt and a kind of pair of like joggers, leggings type thing, because that's basically what I live in when I'm at home. So I have some of that. I also wanted to do some actual standard pajamas that had like moons and stars print on them, because I just love the whole kind of like galaxy theme, astrology stuff, moons and stars in general. I just love, I think they look so nice. So yeah, we basically had a meeting with the designers and I verbalized all of my ideas, and then their designers kind of like drew everything up, and then we kind of like made the changes that I wanted and made everything look how I wanted it. Then they went away, made some digital images of how the things would look, so kind of like mock-ups, and then from there I said what I liked, what I didn't like, what I wanted to get changed. Then I met with them again to actually see samples of the clothing, feel the materials, see what they fitted like and everything. We then had a shoot in Spain, which was to take photos of us in the clothes, and for me it was just my loungewear and pajamas obviously, and to take some professional pictures and stuff like that. So that was that, and the stuff is available now. So if you guys want to shop this stuff, I will leave a link for the website down below. You can get 10% off until the 8th of August, I believe, with the code SOPH10. You can use the code once per person, and yeah, I believe it runs out on the 8th of August. I will leave all the details for the code down below. But obviously, because I am, you know, part of the creating the clothes and everything, we do get a commission from the clothes that sell. So I guess this is technically like an affiliate link, but then it's also like it's not from the link, it's actually from buying the clothes, if you know what I mean, like how most collabs work. Like the people get a small cut of the items that go on sale, if that makes sense, just to be completely transparent with you guys. I'm just gonna answer a couple of questions that you guys have asked me on Instagram, just to clear things up. I will be doing a full video showing you guys all of the clothes, unboxing them and everything, but right now I basically came on holiday at the wrong time, because I came on holiday the day before all of this launched. So yeah, it was a bit of a tricky one, because I haven't actually received all of the clothes yet in my size to show you guys. So I don't have anything with me, but I believe they will be waiting for me back at home. So as soon as I get home, which is in about 2 weeks time, or like 1.5 weeks time, I will do a full unboxing video and try on my channel, on my main channel. But for now, I will show you guys pictures on the screen of the items, and I'm going to answer some questions that you guys asked me about on Instagram. I put them up on my stories. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys the honest answers to some of the questions that you've asked me on Instagram. So a lot of people were asking about the price. I had quite a lot of negative comments about how the things are really expensive. Just to be completely open and honest with you guys, when we first started designing these clothes, they weren't sure how much the prices were going to be. They gave us a kind of rough estimate and said that they would be in the kind of like mid affordable range. They weren't going to be super cheap, kind of like Primark, Boohoo sort of prices, but they weren't going to be super high end prices. They were going to be kind of like mid range, which I was like, okay, that's understandable. Just because the clothes are made in Portugal in a really like nice new factory. Everything is ethically made. They use really nice materials. It's all really high quality, and they're also really eco-friendly as well. I'm going to read you a bit of information about the factory. But basically, because they aren't made in Eastern countries and, you know, cheaper places to produce the clothes, that does make the price a little bit higher. So this little synopsis that I'm going to kind of read out, is that the word synopsis? I don't even know. So it says, everything we create is done so ethically. We made the decision to manufacture your noticed garments in Portugal so we can give you the best quality and ethical practices in a bid to tip fast fashion on its side. Sourcing organic fabrics where we can, such as Tencel, our ultimate aim is to become 100% sustainable, becoming your go-to online brand that is fashionable, sustainable and noticeable. We started this journey with our packaging, which is all recyclable, which I love. Notice loves the planet and wants to give back. Therefore, our swing tags are made from fabric waste offcuts and are seeded, which makes them plantable. One day clothing, the next a flower. Talk about a glow up. So basically the labels are made from recycled materials. They also have seeds in them, so you can plant the labels and flowers will grow, which is really, really cool. It also says, as changing up the industry is important to us, we are throwing the rule book out the window. We're the brand that will tell you whether you've got too much in your basket and questions whether you really need the same dress in 3 sizes. Notice believes in shopping ethically and educating your customer about the carbon footprint of packages that you buy just to return again. Welcome to Notice. It's the start of a hell of a ride. So that's the kind of information that we got, which I think is really great. So I did get some questions saying, why the hell is this stuff so expensive? My items in particular were supposed to be a little bit more expensive, but when I found out the prices of them, which we didn't get until more recently, I basically said, is there any chance of making them more affordable? Because I know for a fact that in the past I have mentioned other brands that I think are too expensive, and obviously I want stuff to be affordable for you guys. So I was kind of like, oh, okay, those prices are quite high. But then we were reassured that everything, there are reasons for the pricing being a bit higher. But they did then get back to me and said, okay, sure, we can reduce your clothes a little bit, even though that meant that them kind of like working at a loss. The materials are ethically sourced and manufactured in a first-class factory. They've also made short runs for the first launch, which basically means they don't have like thousands and thousands of pieces that have been made, because obviously it's the first launch and they want to see how things go. They wanted to produce smaller quantities so that they don't, you know, because if things don't sell out, then they don't want loads left over, if that makes sense. So making a smaller amount of things obviously makes the price a little bit higher, because it's cheaper to kind of bulk produce a load of stuff and set like a higher amount of items so that they can reduce the price per item. But because they were making a smaller quantity, that increased the price a little bit, if that makes sense. So they said they want to understand what products work well and how, like, you know, our audience react to things and what people like and what people don't like, so that we can make changes. So it says, Notice products are all made in Portugal at a higher cost, so that products are made to a high quality and also have less distance to travel in their journey. We use factories in Portugal rather than in the Far East that are all ethical and staff are treated fairly. Products have been made in a high quality production process with a great selection of materials that are produced ethically. Some products are made from Tencel, which is a naturally derived fiber from plant materials and is also biodegradable in a bid to produce sustainable clothing. I also had some questions about the sizing. So the sizing goes from a size 4 to an 18. We did get quite a lot of negative comments about there not being enough plus size options, which again, I completely understand. At the moment, like, the reason for that being is because they are making smaller runs of things, and it's kind of just like a test of sizing at the moment to see what sells, what they have higher demand for, and stuff like that. So in the future there is definitely potential to expand, to add more sizes, which I know a lot of people will think is not fair to have, you know, a full broad range of sizes at the beginning and stuff, and I completely understand that, but I think the decision was made to do it that way just because they wanted to see how well things were selling, and then if things, you know, are doing well and we have high demand for plus sizes, then we will add more and expand, if that makes sense, because this is like the just first initial launch. I guess they didn't have the budget to do every single size, if that makes any sort of sense, but I completely understand your comments on that. Yeah, we didn't really have a say in the sizes. So I think that is everything that I've got to say about this so far. I'm not saying by any means you don't have to buy this stuff. If you know, if you're feeling guilty for not buying things and you want to support me and you don't have the money, that is totally fine. Like, I'm not pushing you to buy anything. If you see pieces that you like and you want to buy them, then that's amazing, but honestly, like, I'm not trying to pressure you guys into buying any of these pieces. I completely understand that they are a little bit more expensive, and just, you know, go with your budget, go with what you like. If you like them, I hope you like them, because I'm really happy with them. I love the designs. Like, they're all things that I am going to love and enjoy wearing myself. Like I said, I will leave the link down below. Remember to use the code SOPH10 to get some money off, and yeah, I think that's it. If you have any more questions, leave them down below, and I can't wait to actually receive the stuff in my sizes and try everything on and film my try on video. But for now, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.